Hi, I'm Gina Tabrizi, and I'm the Clinical Director of Harmony Heals Holistic Counseling Center. I want to talk to you about sexual abuse. Sexual abuse is a very heavy subject, and I know it's hard to talk about, but it's important to talk about. A lot of times when you go in and ask for help in therapy and you understand that you have this issue and you know you're coming in with it, and it's even hard for you to say out loud to a clinician who you're seeking help from what's happened to you when you're a survivor of sexual abuse. There's a tremendous amount of shame that comes with sexual abuse, and it lends itself to keeping secrets. A lot of times when you've been abused, you've been told, never tell another soul about this, that you'll be harmed. Oftentimes you were told that a member of your family would be harmed or that more harm would come to you. It's a frightening, lonely feeling and experience to have, especially when it happens in the form of incest and it happens under your own roof with people who are supposed to love and care about you. One of the types of abuse that happens is sibling incest between siblings, where a sister or a brother is terrified to let a parent know that this is going on in their own house, and they don't feel that they're going to be believed, and they're told they're not going to be believed. The sibling relationship, other than that, seems very normal, and so the parents had no reason to think that some of this is going on. When it's a parent having sex with a child, there's no place for that child to go, to seek help or to ask anyone to identify. A lot of times children are told you're crazy, you're making this up, or you're being ridiculous, or you're exaggerating. And so they're frightened to talk about it. So you carry the shame with you, and I know that it's been coming out a lot recently in the media, and I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of cases of this where someone in their 30s and 40s finally speaks up. There's enough distance and enough time away from that perpetrator that gives them the courage to stand up and say, "You affected my life. I think about this all the time. This has affected my relationships, my intimate relationships with other people, my ability to be sexual or feel comfortable in that aspect of my life." It's nothing to ignore. It's nothing to actually carry the shame about. It's like you're carrying the shame for someone else's bad behavior, and nobody ever tells you that. Nobody ever says, "You didn't bring this upon yourself." Being a survivor oftentimes starts with feeling like a victim and walking around knowing that I was victimized, and unfortunately you interpret that to mean I must have asked for this in some way. There must have been something that I did that's so awful about me that someone would choose to violate me in such a horrific way. A lot of the work then, and a lot of the counseling that I do and that we do at Harmony Heals, is around teaching you to understand that there is nothing that you could do to provoke another human being to violate you sexually, to look at you as a non-person, as an object that's to be owned, that's to be used, and that's to be thrown aside. The talking is the hardest part about it. And when those details comes up, lots of things will happen. You'll start to talk about it and you'll actually feel it in your body. Because Harmony is holistic, we will address those physical symptoms as well and give you tools to start teaching you how to manage when you're triggered by something. And it's interesting, a lot of people remember their abuse when they're in an environment that reminds them of where the abuse took place or how the abuse takes place. You can bury it for years. You can repress sexual memories for many, many years until something current in your life comes to the surface that kind of makes it bubble over, and all of a sudden, my God, you get flooded with that memory. What I would want for anyone that's suffering with, and you know that you have this in your history, sexual abuse, and you know that you've needed to and want to work on it, I would invite you to seek help with that, but go to a place where you can feel safe, such as Harmony Heals, where we are trained in this area and we have the expertise to help you manage the symptoms of sexual abuse. And if you know that that's going on in your life, please, I would ask you that you would seek help, and you can feel free to contact us at Harmony Heals. If you're looking for individual or couples counseling, we would love for you to contact us at Harmony Heals Holistic Counseling Center.